Hey guys, JDC31 here and welcome to another episode of Minecraft. I don't know why, but I've got into the habit of pushing forward and slapping whatever's in my hand. I just noticed I've got to change the texture pack. Well, I'm just going to leave it on for this episode. I have started playing with the faithful 32 texture pack. I don't know if I'll keep it. I might. It's really, it depends. If people like it as well, I'll keep it. Because I quite like it. It just gives a little bit extra detail in Minecraft. Just hit my microphone off my microphone again. This area here is finished. I spent pretty much all day working on this. Not really this layer here, more the redstone. That's how that works. Now I'm going to quickly show you the redstone to show you how... Oh, can't go there. It's very chaotic down here. Right, it starts off here. This is the input. It comes down into a T flip-flop. And that carries the signal around here to this torch, which also goes up to there, so the signal splits off. This goes around and activates redstone torches on each of these blocks just before these fire off, so it disables those torches, so those pistons, which are extended at a time, come down, and then a couple of ticks later this signal goes off. So these pistons go down and then this pulls out. It is my own design. I did not take this design off anyone else. I don't know if anyone else even has come up with the same design before. We've reached a problem. Don't know if anyone's come up with the same design. I'm pretty proud of this because I managed to work it all out by myself. Took me quite a while to do. But that went really rogue. That's landed in the... Oh, it's not. Very close to landing in the ocean. But yeah, that's what these furnaces are for. These furnaces are to prevent, because these blocks are getting power to turn off those torches. So those pistons should be extended, but actually you'll see it if I do this. And then pull it in, that block will be extended up the way. So it needs a block that pistons can't push. Jack-o'-lanterns work just as well. So do pumpkins, but furnaces are what I'm using here. I should probably change that back around. Make sure there's no furnace faces showing. Yep. All of these are furnaces and it's just kind of for design. The light levels were nearly too low. Like mobs were nearly able to spawn here. So I just done an etho tree. And that has improved the light level around there just enough so that mobs don't spawn. I've not really changed much else really. I've died a few times, as you can probably tell by my... I've left the world and went into a creative world in between to check the wiring, so you can't really see how I died. I drowned once. I died throwing an ender pearl once, and something else happened, something really ridiculous, I'm sure. I know I had like one random bit of stone. Oh well. Just to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to add another button onto that. I was thinking about having buttons on each of these, but with the amount of space beneath, it's just not possible. That's about as compact as it can be. I mean, I don't see any way how this could become more compact other than possibly changing that design over there. But to be honest with you, I'm happy with how it turned out. It does exactly what I need it to do. I don't care if there's a way to do it with 6 pieces of redstone and a penis. I don't know. I'm not doing it. I'm happy with the way I've done it. Now, I don't really know what I'm going to do for the rest of this episode. Probably work on the river. The blaze farm will come next episode. So, I'll be right back at the river. Hey guys, I am back. You can see I changed the door, and you also probably caught a glimpse. You can see it just now. I like the floor. Really like the floor in here. I just got a pattern off Google Images. almost got away. I just got a pattern off Google Images. I just typed in like Minecraft floor patterns or something like that. This door is evil to this horse. Yeah, it's regenerated itself by now. Basically, this happened. Oh, not that. The horse was there, and the door closed on it, and it just started suffocating. And it lost like pretty much all of its health. I only got to it in the last second. I thought it'd get out by itself. But that floor used up pretty much all of my wood supply other than what I have. So yeah, it didn't use up a lot at all, because look how much I have. But I really like the look of it. It didn't have the glowstone in it originally, but I want floor lighting. I can get rid of these torches now. Well, I didn't want torches lighting up. I didn't want lighting coming from the roof, because this isn't going to be a very tall build. So I need as much headspace as I can get. It's going to be about that height. Some bits are going to protrude up a bit more, like this, and the guard tower will protrude up a bit more. I have pretty much no more logs. I'm going to use spruce logs only. That's the type of log that I use. I would have recorded me doing this, but no, honestly, I wasn't really in the mood for recording them. Feeling quite tired these days because I've got quite a bit of homework that I had to do over my summer holidays, and I done none of it, so I'm catching up at the last minute. And I'm also trying to revise because I've got quite a large course ahead of me this year. But tomorrow for me, split second for you, I'll get to working on this river after I've done a bit of homework. I need to write a big essay on nuclear, chemical and biological weapons. This river, it's a really nice, just imagine it was all natured out, and it's also going to be a lot wider. Like, this is going to be just be the path of the river. So it's going to be the path. This bit, these walls are going to be obliterated and pushed back because there's going to be houses in here, and lots of them. This is going to be an extension to the mountain village, kind of like the fishing area. And it's just going to flow naturally. These walls are going to be pushed back. Yeah, it's going to be really nice. It's not going to get finished today because it's quite a big project. The river itself may get finished, but the project around the river. I'm going to go through and harvest all the resources at one point, because I'm running quite low on iron after my Enderman farm. I'm going to set up an iron golem farm eventually. But I'm actually really liking the look of this building. I like the asymmetrical quality to it. But this is something which has to be fixed. I don't want a stone brick path coming out. I want a path that looks like it'd fit in a mountain village, but I don't really know what would. I think cobblestone would fit, but I wish you got multicoloured cobblestone, like cobbles in real life, because we have quite a lot of cobble paths here in Scotland, and it's not just one grayscale. It is all different colours and of like different cobblestone, or different cobbles and stuff. That's also another possibility. I really like the look of these. These will be involved, but somehow I just love stone slabs. I don't know why. I like this bit here because it kind of makes it seem like it's the formal exit. I don't know. I'm a strange person. I actually quite like the look of that. Actually no, because that looks like, because of what it is, I can't do that. This is the guard tower. It has to look all secure and shit. Probably gonna have to be iron bars there. This might look quite nice. Yeah, I actually really like the look of that. I would have put pressure plates, but they'd be too easy to access for this. Like, you'd accidentally hit them all the time. Right, yeah, I'll be back when I'm going to be working on the river. Hey guys, we're ready to do the river. I have got all my materials that I'm going to need. I'm going to quickly say the river is not being finished today. Mainly due to the fact that it can't be finished today, it's just a bit too much work. But what we're doing... Why is that even? That should be odd. Well, we'll have to make do. The reason why the river isn't getting finished today is because, well, I don't have enough resources to do it right now. Well, I've got enough in model to just wrong pickaxe. I need to kind of do this in a good enough way. I'm not trying to set off a chain reaction, I'm just trying to minimise the amount of work that my pickaxe has to do. It's about right. Oh. Well, I guess that was bound to happen, and I'm sorry about all the blocks in the floor and all. Oops. I know that annoys some people. I'm not one of those people, so I'm not picking them up. My inventory's full and it's staying that way until I empty it. Well, no shit, but you know what I mean. Oh shit. No. I'm fairly certain that with my armor that would have killed me. There's a lot of caves that I'm gonna need to plug up because they naturally just kind of fuck with the river. You can't fuck with the river. I'm like 98% sure that that's a quote from something, but I just don't know what. I plan on keeping this, I'm trying to make this a very natural shape. That's why I'm using TNT, because that element of random. Right, holding shift is what's doing that. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick any of that up. Okay, I can destroy this escape. Yeah, I've just woken up. It's about 11 PM. The last episode was recorded over a long time and I uploaded it a few days late, to say the least. My sleeping pattern has got worse. I think it was last episode that I was talking about my sleeping pattern. I don't know if I clarified, but it's 11 PM in the evening. I'm not sure if I said PM or what. Now I need to blow out a bit of this column to make for a smooth turn. And a bit here. I love TNT. Now erode this a little bit. And the bottom of this is going to be pretty random. I'm pretty happy with that so far. It's all going to be dirt on the bottom. I'm going to replace that all with dirt eventually. Or at least most of it. Bale. Christian Bale. quite quiet because I do need to concentrate on this because I don't want to mess it up. Okay, now we've reached it, so... Yeah, actually, I don't think I'm going to record all of this. You know, I'm going to do a before and after. Because I realise that I'm just kind of standing here being silent. I was going to record this, but I just don't have any plans to talk about it. I'll be back once I have made some progress. Hey guys, it's been a while since last recorded. There's been multiple reasons. I keep running out of TNT while doing this. I've just recently farmed some TNT. The way I'm farming it is I'm just going over it in my mob system and I'm just AFK and I'm just leaving it on while I go to sleep. I built this while I was just bored wanting to play Minecraft. It's not finished. I'm going to do I've got a roof planned out in a creative world. I will get doing that pretty soon. I'm going to put it onto that house. It's going to be the only house that has this type of roof. I need some roses. I'm going to bone meal in here so it has some cool grass. I added this staircase to this place so it's looking a bit nicer. I really like the top of it, the way how this curves around and the bush is covered in the glowstone. I like this, but I'll show you how far I've managed to get through my river. There's been a few reasons why I haven't recorded, no torches. Been a few reasons why I haven't recorded the past few days. One being the fact that I've needed TNT. This takes a surprisingly large amount. That was pretty much man-made. I blew out that pillar almost completely. I had to rebuild it. That one I'm going to blow out a bit more and make it but similar to those two. But yeah, I've been working on some live stream settings. My Twitch TV channel is in the description. Go over there and follow the channel if you would like to be able to get an email when my live stream goes live. I don't know why I ran the other way. If you'd like to get an email when my live stream goes live, I'm going to also upload videos to YouTube whenever I do it, and I'll probably just upload the Twitch archive here to make it easier for people to see. Something I've noticed about TNT, which is a bug, definitely. Let's see if we can get it. I'll stand here. Okay, it didn't work. Sometimes the TNT pulls you towards it instead of knocking you back, which is just straight up retarded because TNT generates an explosion, not an implosion. So it should repel. But yeah, this is pretty much what I've been doing. It's not been that interesting and it's been surprisingly... It's taken me a surprisingly long amount of time, so I'm probably going to do this off camera in between getting up the next episode. So this will just be like a project that I don't record. I'll start recording once I've terraformed this place. But it's going to take a lot. Right now it just looks as some maniac ran through it with TNT, which kind of is always happened really. I'm on peaceful right now, aren't I? Yes, I could tell because my hunger wasn't declining. But I do really like that house. I've built something very similar to it in a creative world a long time ago, and I was always planning on using it as a village house, but I never actually got around to building villages until my LP. And I do understand that if someone wants to get in there, they can just go over here. This is not intended as a block, it's intended for aesthetics. But yeah, I do really like this wee house. I just see this spot and thought that's perfect for the house I already have designed. The only thing I didn't design for this house is the roof, which I've already got designed. I don't think I've actually changed anything else. Oh yeah, I added these and these. I just think it adds some detail to the room. One thing I'm not good at is interior decorating in Minecraft. I'm better for exterior. Don't worry about this door. I know it's a completely different colour scheme. It is going to be the same materials as the other door. What do I not want? Seeds. So it's going to be wood and sandstone like that. But it's going to have stone inside it. It's not going to have stone bricks. Well, it will have some stone bricks. But that's basically going to be like the the prison and the, what's it called? I forget what it's called. The bank. And I know it might seem a bit strange having the prison and the bank in the same area, but the way I'm designing it, it won't seem so strange. Yes, I'm going to get to doing some more work off camera. I'm going to record something very soon. Don't really know what. And just, I'm going to quickly mention, when I live stream, I'm not going to live stream 720p like my videos are. I'm going to be live streaming in 640, I think it is. So above 480p but below 720. My internet can't quite handle streaming at 720p with a good enough bitrate to not make it look blocky. I can live stream 720p, but it just doesn't look nice. So I'm going to live stream 640. That way, really fast-paced games will look nice. Some games like FTL I might stream 720p because I can. But a game like Minecraft where the detail's quite high and you're moving around, well, I say detail's quite high, there's a lot of things going on, like all those orange next to green, orange and green are not very close to each other on the colour wheel. So those orange and green pixels switching a lot will generate quite a large file size for YouTube and quite a large file size for live streaming. It's all very technical and nerdy and stuff. People that make videos will understand what I mean. People that don't, unless they do some sort of motion graphics or something, also won't know what I mean. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's something that you don't have to know, so there's not really much of a reason for you to know it. Because I'm live streaming pretty soon and I'll upload to YouTube and I edit a bit, I kinda have to know that. Actually, looks like it should be there. See if that helps make that look a bit nicer. I'm trying to keep this the lowest level of the river. So my feet, y equals 58. As it goes on, it does get a bit lower in places. Like here. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of torches when I made this. This spot here all needs to be filled up. And I know I probably shouldn't use smooth stone for this, but I have got literally an infinite supply of stone because Minecraft's infinitely generating, and I can just go back to one of my old bases and pick up I have something like 6 double chests filled with smooth stone at the mines, and I have even more back at the cylinder, which I'm just going to call it the can from now on because it basically is a can. And it was pretty much going to be a can of meat. I was just going to have a mob system in it, where it was going to be, I was planning on trying to implement an as automatic cow farm as you could get, with pig farm, with chickens, and also a general mob system, but the nether was fucked up over there. Right, I'm going to stop rambling because I have a habit of doing that. I'm going to actually get some work done and I will be back very soon. Hey guys, I know, I can't even actually remember what I said last time I recorded. I know I said something along the lines of I'm going to start recording this a bit more often, but where did my lead go? It's not been more than 5 minutes. There it is. I know I said that I was going to, I said I was going to do something, and basically I've done fuck all. So I've decided that the only way I'm actually going to do anything is if I do something on camera right now, because I'm kind of lacking motivation. I really want to work on the river, but I know I've not got enough TNT to do it, and I'm not really wanting to go into detail, and I've also come to the decision I'm not keeping this texture pack on. I really don't like the tools. I like everything else. Oh, I'm still holding space. I like everything else about this texture pack. I actually really love some things about it, like the cobblestone. I love cobblestone's one of those things that needs more pixels because it needs to be more rounded out. But frankly, it really just isn't worth how crappy it makes the tools look. I'm going out. Wow, that is the first time I've died in a while, I think. Actually, no, it wasn't. I died last episode. Yeah, it's 'cause I'm not wearing any armour. Yeah, I've stopped wearing armour. I know Infernal Minds hasn't been out for a while. That is just simply due to the fact that I can't really... I would say I can't be bothered playing it right now, but that's not really the reason. It's more... I want to try and focus on my Let's Play world, but that's just not happening. But what is happening is a new series, hopefully on Saturday. It might have to come out on Sunday. With John. Those of you that know what comes out pretty soon and are pretty smart and can put 2 and 2 together. I hate knockback. We'll be able to tell what this is. It's already out in America. You know what? I may as well just say it because this video's probably take a while to get out. Saints Row the 4th, even though it's not called the 4th. You bastard. I know I can dodge you. But yeah, we're going to be playing through Saints Row. And we're not going to do it with my Borderlands because, well, providing John's hard drives holds out. Because Saints Row, we didn't actually really enjoy Borderlands that much. The only reason why we were playing it was because it was something to play. And we done something stupid when we played that. We played for like really long sessions, like 3-hour long sessions. And just kind of drained ourselves of that game to the point where we just didn't want to play it. And then John's hard drive goes and breaks, giving us a reason not to play it. And I will admit I did try to play through it by myself. I did try and continue it. I was playing for about an hour and a half. Oh yeah, I did a roof onto this. It's not permanent, it's temporary. I did start playing through it and I got up to basically I didn't do any side quests and I got up to the next boss from where I was, and I beat the boss. Then I immediately just thought, I don't think I said a single word during that fight. Checked the footage, lo and behold, nothing was said. Why the fuck's there a crafting bench down there? Sorry, I'm swearing a lot. I've got out of the habit of recording and I've been, because I'm back at school, been talking to a lot more people and I've just got used to swearing a lot more because I'm hearing a lot more people swearing. I completely forgot what oh yeah, I didn't talk for like that entire boss fight. And then I just looked back and my commentary was really just, you could tell I wasn't having fun, and I just thought, no, I'm not putting up a video just for the sake of putting up a video. And I just stopped playing Borderlands at that moment and I uninstalled it from my computer and it will not be reinstalled. Not criticising the game, just saying that we personally didn't have fun playing it. We had, the most fun we had was just the general banter between us. But with the game itself, put it this way, I will never play. If Borderlands 3 comes out, I don't even know if there will be one because I haven't seen the ending of Borderlands 2. But if there's a Borderlands 3, I will not be buying it. I'm just saying that now. Even if they say they change it, they're going to change everything in the game, I'm not buying it. Borderlands 2, Borderlands 1, I will admit, we did have quite a bit of fun doing that. But that was again more the banter, the gameplay was just something in the background. Borderlands 2 I really didn't enjoy. The story was alright, it had a lot more story than Borderlands 1 and it had a lot better story. But the gameplay, it was, by this point it was the same gameplay and it just kind of felt sameish. I don't know why I'm talking about this because it's been over like 4 months since the last uploaded a Borderlands video, probably 5. I don't know. I don't know why I destroyed those because they need to be here. But yeah, it's been a long time and it's never returning. But Saints Row, we will not be doing what happened with that. It will. Saints Row, we know it's going to be fun because we've played Saints Row games. I only started playing on Saints Row 3. I never played Saints Row 1 or 2. But I've heard they're absolutely amazing. And actually, I know what we're going to do right now. Put that back there. Need more wood. But yeah, Saints Row 3 I thought was a really good game. And I was so pissed off to see on Twitter this morning that Good and BOO were kicking off OOG again with Saints Row the 4th. Saints Row 4, I don't know why I keep calling it the 4th. Actually I do because Saints Row 3. Anyway, I was so pissed off to hear that. Not because I didn't want them to play through it. Because now that I have committed myself to wanting to play Saints Row, I cannot watch their series until I have finished playing it. And me and John, I'm going to click this right now. We are not rushing through the game. We are not just going to go for the story. We are going to play through this game how we usually play through games like this. Basically, we're going to fuck around for 36 hours and then eventually get the story done. The story is going to be a low-end priority for us. I will try and get it out due to the fact that we're recording. But yeah, we are going to be playing through it in our typical playstyle. We're not changing playstyle of this type of game for YouTube, which is good, but at the same time, actually the wood's finished, isn't it? Yeah, I finished doing the wood a long time ago. It's the sandstone I need, and I don't have any sandstone. Oh well, I can start working on another part of the ground. But yeah, we are just going to be doing what we usually do. I had a brain fart. No. Escape. This pathway is inspired by Etho because I know he used it and I really liked the look of it. The ground, that is the wall design I came up with by myself. Not saying no one else has ever done it before or anyone is copying me that's using it. It's simple design, anyone can come up with it. I would rather use glowstone, but I didn't have enough. We can finally get rid of this water. The track's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside to do. I might just redo it all and make it so that it's every third or second one of these bits where the beam's going across. So I'm going to rip up the track. I'm going to do this off camera. Like, as much as I don't want to. Actually, no, I'm just going to do this and just kind of talk for a while. Because I've got a story. Right, I asked my friend if I could use his name because I was getting dead awkward. I have actually told this story before, but I cut it out because I was rambling, because I was trying to think of a name of what to call him. Because I didn't have permission to say his name in videos, but now I do. But the guy is Peter. That's the name of the guy that I sat next to in biology last year and religious education. We were in religious education one day, or as our school calls it, RMPS, Religious, Moral and Philosophical Studies. But basically, we didn't take the fact that it was religion at all. We didn't care the fact that it was religion. That isn't why we done what we done. We just didn't give a fuck about the subject because it was one of the many subjects that we weren't getting. Well, one of many. It was one of two subjects that we were forced to have to take. We were not sitting an exam on it. It literally meant nothing to us. I mean, sure, at this point, at the point where we're at, you've made up your mind about religions. If you're going to be tolerant of them, you're going to be tolerant. If you're not, well, you're not. Educating people on religions beyond a certain point, it's just futile because people have made up their minds through their upbringing, through whatever. And I'm just going to quickly say the story I'm about to tell you might sound like we were just kind of against religion. I'm going to quickly say I'm against religion, but not against people having a religion. I have a very strange stance. I personally don't have religion, as you could probably tell, and I agree with people having religion because I understand that various reasons. Some people I know that are going to die. The only reason why they have comfort is because of religion, and I understand it does bring a lot of good to the world. But in my honest opinion, there has been too many wars and deaths related to religion to the point where, unless there's definitive proof of said religion, and this is not, I'm not singling out a single religion here, this is all religions this happened with except from Buddhism. But religion has caused so much bloodshed that even if there was a deity, it's not really worth it. In my opinion, that is my honest opinion, and if you have a different opinion, feel free to share it. I will warn you right now, if you try and change my opinion, I will block you from the comment section. So, be warned, because I do not take lightly at people trying to change my religion. Because I'm happy the way I think. Anyway, that was a complete too serious side note there. But we were in this class, and absolutely no one in our year took it seriously, even the religious people in class. We were just kind of sitting there, and we were just complete arseholes in the class. Everyone was, I'll admit that right now. There's no other way to really say it. And we were being particular arseholes one day. This turned out that it was our last, at least I think it was our last. It was one of our last days in RE, I think RMPS, sorry. It used to be called RE in lower parts of the school. But we were we were in one of our last days, and we just really couldn't be bothered. The exams were over at this. No, we were just getting ready to sit our exams. That's what it was, and we were just basically wasting time in this class. There was really no reason for us to be there. As I said, it's trying to teach you to be tolerant of religions, but the age that we were at, actually no, I can't do that right now because I need to add the tracks first. The age that we were at, you were either tolerant or you weren't. There was no teaching you otherwise. You had made up your mind. So we were just basically sitting there wasting time, and the teacher decided, right, we'll just pack up 5 minutes early because she figured, right, we're not going anywhere. No one's listening. Not to mention we were all also talking about exams and stuff at this point, and we didn't have an exam on RE. So we walked over at the door, as most people done whenever the teacher told us, right, time to pack up. We all just kind of conglomerated at the door. But this time it was only me and Peter that walked up to the door. Everyone else was either still packing up or just talking. So we started like, we just opened the door and the teacher just ended up saying, right, no, go back to your table and no, she just said sit down. She didn't say go back to your table. She just said sit down. So me and Peter, without even looking at each other, without saying a word, we just sat down right there at the front door. And she just shook her head because I don't really know if she disliked us, but we definitely did not give her much reason to like us. So yeah, we're sitting down in the middle of the floor, and I have this amazing idea. I turn around, look at Peter, well, laughing, pretty much crying, laughing, and I just say, right, let's get going. He looks at me questioningly. I open the door, still sitting down, and then the way a way a dog walks whenever it has worms, like, well, not walks, but the way it drags itself across the floor with its arse, we basically done that out of the class, and then it got to the stairs outside the class, which is about 10 metres away, stood up, then walked away, and, well, we did get caught. We didn't get caught bum shuffling, which is what we call it here in the United Kingdom. I don't know if you call it anything over in the States, but we didn't get caught doing it. That sounds wrong. Well, of course we didn't get caught doing it because we never done it, but we didn't get caught bum shuffling at the class. But we were stupid enough to start walking around the school, and yeah, this wasn't our last period. I just remembered what happened in our last period, and I'll tell that story in a second. We were just walking around the school, and then a deputy head seen us, and we just kind of kept walking it, and it acted natural. We didn't say anything until we walked into the dinner hall later on, asked why we got let out of class, and we just said that we were in different classes and we just happened to meet each other. I was going to the toilet and he went to go get his jacket. Started talking the way back, and she bought that, so we didn't get in trouble with the deputy head. But next period we're sitting in biology, and then our RE teacher turns up, or RMPS. I'm just going to call it RE because that's what we always called it in school anyway. So the RE teacher turns up at the door, looking at us, smiling because she knew that we'd left class. And me and him just kind of start laughing, and he starts panicking, thinking that the deputy head has got involved in this, and that's the reason why she turned up at the door. But now it turns out that she knew that we'd left the class, but she didn't know what happened. She didn't know that we'd been seen, and just gave us a punishment exercise and sent us on our way. And I remember I wrote quite a lot, but I didn't. Well, punishment exercise is basically, for those of you who don't know, or we might have a different way of doing it, but we don't really get detention over here in Britain. Instead, we get given a exercise to perform, like, say, you need to write an essay on however much, and it has to be at least a page long, on something like school rules. And we got given that, and in the morning I realised I'd forgot to do it. So and you also need to get your parent to sign it as well. I'd forgot to do it, so in registration, when this is supposed to be handed in, it's supposed to be handed in registration first thing in the morning. Registration, I started doing it, and then at break, 2 hours later, I turn up saying, sorry, I came in late this morning and didn't have time to hand this in. She ends up saying, I hope yours is a lot better than Peter's. I was thinking, probably not. And then I catch a glimpse of Peter's. I actually managed to write a full page. Peter wrote maybe about 3 lines. And I immediately I could tell that she was so pissed at me that I handed it in. But she wouldn't have been able to do anything because even if she gave Peter another one, it would have done the exact same thing. But yes. You really wouldn't believe that I was smart at school, would you? I need to go back and get my rules. Yeah, you wouldn't believe that I was actually smart at school. But I know, that test that I was talking about that I wrote the answer, it was about genetics. Peter told me what the question was, but I ended up reading the paper and he got what the question was wrong. And just so did I when I thought about it. I need to go get some redstone torches. But yeah, he got the question wrong. It was about genetics, and anyone that took genetics will know what I'm talking about when I say this. But it was a question, something like, it was about genotypes and phenotypes, and they were going on about something. They ended up saying, what are the people with attached and unattached earlobes called? And I did not know what to write, and I just kind of thought, I don't know, retards? And that's what I wrote in that test paper. I ended up just basically calling people both with, because I'd completely misread the question at the time. I can't even remember what I thought it was, but I thought it was something completely different. And it's because we'd also went into details about like Down syndrome and stuff, and like different mental illnesses, and I immediately just thought, I don't know. And of course I wasn't thinking, I better word this in a way that a teacher would appreciate. No, I just straight up put it out there, which I do kind of regret doing, but at the same time, I don't consider myself a class clown, and I don't want to consider myself a class clown, but the amount of laughs that provided some people, I realised, right, I brought laughter to the world, everything's good. But yeah, that was the question. I hope I didn't offend anyone with that, because I genuinely did think that was what the answer was at the time. It was just an afterthought. It was pretty funny, because I'd immediately spoke to people and no one had written that as their answer, and I immediately realised, oh shit. Admittedly, no one in the class got the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, no, I'm going to stick one here. I know this footage is probably quite boring. As I said a few episodes ago, I want to get better at sitting in my room talking to myself for YouTube, because I'm not good enough at it, and I need to become more natural at doing it. As you might notice, I don't know, I'm counting. Actually, yeah, I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, okay. 3 will be too much, but 2 will be just right. Oh shit. But yeah, that is. I need to stop saying but yeah as well. I completely forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I need to get better at talking to myself. You might notice that whenever I'm recording with, like, say, John, everything's a lot easier, because that's because it doesn't feel like I'm recording. Like, I know what I say right now is going on the internet. I don't think like that whenever I'm talking to John or someone. So I tend to try and clean up my speech a lot. Not really too much that I need to censor out what I say. It's just I might say something that comes across the wrong way, because we have a lot of jokes that if people hear and don't know us, they would assume some bad things. I'm being retarded. Again, nothing meant badly by that. I need to stop using that as a term for things, because it isn't nice, but at the same time it is. Why did I do that? It's just what you kind of grow up with in places like Scotland. Retard is just a common insult. Like, we don't actually mean you have a genetic mental illness or whatever. We just straight up mean you're an idiot, which is a bit of. I'm going to stop talking about such serious topics. My god, this is like the most depressing episode ever. Oh. Now that's funny. Why hasn't that lava set fire to any of this wood? I'm not questioning it. I'm an idiot. You know what? Torch is lost to the Kraken. Oh yeah. Oh no, I need to ask Peter about what the Kraken is again, because we have something happened in biology again, and I think if it involves what I think it involves, it'll be a fucking hilarious story. Building rail lines is not what am I doing? It's not exactly the most interesting thing. I'm not getting into a pattern at building this. I really wish I was getting a pattern, because this would mean that I wasn't feeling like I was having a stroke every time I came up to one of those bits, because I just feel like I'm taking so long to do anything. It's like I'm taking a long time to react to absolutely everything. 1, 2, 3, wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dig. Torch. Oh, I can't even see the end yet. How far is it? That's quite a long ass way. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna mix it up. Right, okay, so shit. That one. There's another story that I was I need to ask Peter, and we need to write down some of these stories. Because we have quite a lot we've done in school, because whenever we sat next to each other it was just trouble. Alright, here's a story, but it's a bit of a shit story, and I don't mean it's a bit of a bad story, I mean it's a bit of... I mean it involves shit. I'm not going to go into details once we get to the right point, but basically it was in biology again. Our teacher was doing something, but we also had a test that day. Can't even remember what the test was on. But we had a test on something. And as we do, we had a substitute teacher that day, and it was actually we had the deputy head as a substitute, but this deputy head, he's not very. Oh, sorry about that. Someone made a lot of noise, and I had to go and help them out with something. As I was saying, I can only remember up to a certain point, so forgive me if I miss a bit or repeat a bit. I remember that I said that we were with the deputy head. It wasn't exactly a very strict deputy head, let's just say that. It wasn't a pushover, he didn't let people walk over him, but it definitely wasn't strict, and you definitely were not scared of him. We were doing a test that we were supposed to be silent during, but everyone was shouting their answers across the class. We made it obvious that we were not taking the test very seriously. In all fairness, the test was like mind-numbingly easy, but admittedly it's no excuse, but it was funny. And actually, we didn't have a deputy head for the whole period. Sorry, I remember that falsely. We got a deputy head halfway through, but last night I'd ordered a Madras curry from Indian shop, Indian takeaway, and they messed up the order and gave me Vindaloo, which is a strength up from Madras, for those of you that don't know. And basically my stomach was not a very happy person for the next few days, but because of this, during the test I was really needing like a toilet. I've warned the guy sitting next to me. I just said, if you hear any funny noises, it's me. I'll try and make sure I don't make you throw up. Admittedly, I cleaned that up a little bit from what I said, because it wasn't throw up. But yes, we're sitting there, and I went through quite a lot of the period without having any problems. Period's about an hour in our school. It's 50 minutes or 55 minutes depending on where the period is. First two are 50 minutes. Any ones after that, well, that's not important. Anyway, it was about 15 minutes before in the class. It was like 40 minutes into the class, and my stomach just immediately started. I could immediately feel it. Everyone was being a complete arsehole in the class, and pretty much everyone at my table knew that I had a really dodgy stomach due to the fact I had to kind of explain it because I was making some funny noises. I don't mean I was farting or anything, I mean that my stomach, you could hear it. You could hear its anger. Yes, well, I just kind of put my hand up. The teacher looks at me and says, "What is it?" And I have like the most genuine look on my face of sheer terror, and I just say, "Can I be excused? Code brown." Those were my words. Code brown. In other words, I need a shit. He had no problem letting me out of class because that's gold I need. He had no problem letting me out of class. He just told me, right, on you go. I went, and the rest is a bit too much for YouTube. But that was quite an interesting day in school. Another one is that same day. I can't remember what Peter wrote in the test because Peter wrote something just ridiculously retarded in it. Again, I don't mean that as, I'm just going to give up and explain myself. If anyone wants to know, I'll explain in the comments. I'm not meaning it in a very derogative term. I just mean it as the way we Scottish people mean it. Anyway, I remember there's this guy. I don't have permission to say his name. I should have got this, but oh well. We will just call him Twat. That means fanny or vagina here in the United Kingdom. So Twat was, he'll admit this more than anyone else, so this isn't me being a bit of a dick saying this, but he was not very good at biology. Like, it was at some parts because his parents are doctors, but at other parts he just wasn't very good. And we were doing this same test, and he was sitting at our table because we thought he was off, so we just got a table for 5 to all sit at, and then he turns up after his drum lesson, I think. He was doing something. Anyway, he turns up a bit late, and he was sitting at the next table, and we're all sitting there talking. And then it turns out, I cannot remember for life what the question was again, but I'll find it out. Actually, no, I do remember what it was. It was no, it wasn't a multiple choice. It was a thing asking, give an example of asexual reproduction. So basically making offspring without children, for those of you who don't know. The correct answer was runners and tubers. That was the only one that we'd learned at this point. He writes cow, like COW as in moo. That's what he wrote in this test paper. And it may not sound very funny to you, because listening back to the story, it doesn't sound very funny. But it's just the way the guy came out with it. It was like, cow. Oh, it was fucking hilarious. Peter wrote something really funny in that test as well, and I need to find out. It was something, I don't want to say what I think it is because I know it's wrong, but I know some of it's true, and it will just be a big spoiler to the story. And I just realised how much I've been rambling. I'm probably just going to call this episode here. If you do like these kind of story time episodes, I know I don't have a lot of very good stories. My stories are kind of crap compared to other YouTubers. But I do have a lot of stories that I could tell, but a lot of them I can't because mixture between I'm not comfortable telling them and other people wouldn't want me to tell them. I've got some very interesting stories. Surprisingly large amount involving the females for what I am considering a gamer, and I doubt I'll tell many female stories because, well, it's not even a lot of females involved. There's only a couple. With any of the good ones, but right, sorry about that. Someone started making noise again, and I had to go and help them with something. Kind of forgot what I was saying. I know it's something along the lines of females. Yeah, a lot of my stories to do with the female gender will not be told because of multiple reasons. One being the fact that I don't have permission off them, and I don't think I can get permission. And I can't go into that because of the stories. Oh joy. But yeah, if you guys enjoy me talking a bit more about what, like, stuff that's happened, funny things, then I'll keep it up. I'm definitely going to try and tell a few stories during live streams, and any stories that are told in a live stream will stay in the live stream. I'll highlight them though, so they're easy to find on the Twitch TV channel. The Twitch TV channel is in the description. It's just JDC31. I do plan to live stream fairly often, but again, it depends on how everything happens. This texture pack will be back to normal next episode, don't worry. Or I might just change the tools back. Then again, I don't know how the new resource packs work. Anyway, I was supposed to end this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I should be live streaming maybe in about 3 weeks from when this episode goes up. I know I'll have hardly any viewers, but it's worth a shot to start. Right, I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.